Do you know you can actually make this delicious bread without an oven? So you want to stick around with me to the end of this video because I'm going to guide you through the step you're going to take to achieve this delicious looking bread, okay? So you're going to be adding yeast to make our bread, and so we want to proof our yeast before anything else. So to proof your yeast, you're just going to bring out a bowl like this and then add 1 cup of lukewarm water to the bowl, and then add 2 teaspoons of yeast to your bowl. Okay, so you don't need sugar to proof your yeast. You can use just water. Okay, so but if you want the process to be fast, you can use your sugar, and then you can add just 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoon of sugar to the water, and then add your yeast to it. Okay, so that is if you want the proofing to be fast, but you can actually do it like this. So after adding the yeast to the water, I'm just going to shake it like this before using my spoon to mix it together. This is because I don't want it to be sticky to the spoon, so I'm just going to mix it like this now, and then set it aside to allow it to proof for like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so while the yeast is proofing, you want to bring out your flour and your sieve, and you want to measure out your flour and make sure you don't heap your cup. You want to level it like this so that you can get the correct measurement of flour you are using. Okay, so I'm using 4 cups of flour, and I'm going to level it like this, and I'm also going to repeat the same process for all the cups I'm using. So you want to sieve, don't forget to sieve. Okay, so sieve so that you are going to use the fine flour, because this flour, they sometimes have lumps and particles in it, so you want to sieve so that you can remove those particles in it. All right, so you guys, after sieving, you can see the lumps that came out from this. See, I'm going to discard this. I'm not using it. I'm not going to add it to the rest of the flour. So we are going to discard it. And next, you want to add 1/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of your sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You can even use just a pinch of salt. It's fine. After that, you want to mix thoroughly. Make sure you mix everything properly together. All right. So next, you're going to bring out your yeast, because it's time for us to add the yeast. And when you see this bubble on the surface of your yeast, just know that your yeast is active. Okay, so you want to add it to the rest of the mixture and mix properly. At this point, you want to mix with both ends if you can't mix with just one end. Okay, so at this time it's going to be sticky to your ends, but don't worry, after some time it's going to become less sticky. So just continue to mix and yeah, mix properly. So next, I'm going to add margarine to my mixture, and you can use butter if that's what you have. You can use butter, but I'm using margarine, and I'm using 3 tablespoons of margarine. All right, and after mixing at this point, you notice that your mixture will become less sticky, and this is because of the margarine or butter you just added. So I'm going to take this to a plain surface now, that's a work surface, and continue kneading. So while kneading, I noticed that my dough is so strong, so I decided to add 1/2 cup of water to it. Me looking at it like this, you see that it's strong. So in total, you want to add 1.5 cup of water to 4 cups of flour. So yeah, after this, I'm just going to continue kneading, and see, this kneading process is where the work in making of bread lies. So you have to be patient when kneading, because you're not going to achieve the exact result overnight. Okay, so you have to be patient while doing this, and you need to knead for like 20 to 30 minutes for you to get what you want. So continue kneading, and yeah, be patient while doing this, and you are going to achieve that maximum result you want. And this is where you are going to get that stretchy bread. If you don't knead enough, you're not going to achieve that stretchy bread you want. But when you knead very well, even without a mixer, you are still going to get that stretchy bread you want. Okay, so you guys, you can see that the dough is so sticky to my work surface. This is because I added the water later. So to avoid this, you want to add your water at the initial stage when you're adding your yeast, and this is warm water I added. And you want to make sure you get your measurements right, because if you don't, your bread will become so strong and it will not be soft even after kneading for hours. So get your measurements right. All right, so you can see that it becomes less sticky now. If you continue the process, it will no longer be sticky. And yeah, for you to know that your dough is ready for you to stop kneading, you want to cut out a small part, a small portion, and then stretch it out. And if it tears out, know that you are not ready to stop kneading. Okay, so just continue kneading. And yeah, you want to later cut out a small part again and then stretch it out. And if it does not tear out easily, know that yes, you are good to go. So you guys, at this point, you want to know that you have done a great job, because the bread is very stretchy. It's no longer tearing out easily. Okay, so at this stage, you can stop kneading. And also, when you press it with one of your finger and you see that it bounces back easily, know that you've done a great job, and you are free to give yourself a chilled glass of water for a job well done. So after this, you're just going to oil your bowl you used to knead initially, you used to mix, and then put your margarine or vegetable oil, anyone you have. I'm also going to be applying the margarine around the bread, so that it's going to give me that fine texture I want when it is done resting. So if you have vegetable oil, you can use that, or butter, you can use that. All right, so yeah, this is what I use. And when you are done applying it like this, you want to use it to round the bowl, and so that everything can go round properly. Okay, doing this is going to give your bread that fine texture and shiny look when it is done resting. Okay, so after this, you just want to cover your dough with a napkin and allow it to like rest for an hour. So you guys, while the bread is still resting and it's almost close to an hour, just bring out your pan. Okay, whatever thing you are using to bake your bread, just bring it out and start to oil it. All right, so I'm using the same margarine I used as my leftover margarine, and then use it to oil my pan. And I'm also going to add flour to it. Okay, and this is because you don't want your bread to be sticky. So doing this will make your bread not to be sticky when you add it to the pan. All right, so don't miss this. So after this, now my bread is done resting. It's an hour already, so I'm just going to bring it out and remove my napkin and then give it a punch so that it's going to remove the excess air in it. So just do it like this, and yeah, just give it a good punch and then take it to your work surface, and yeah, proceed to the next step. So you guys, you can see how fine this is, looking fine. So next, you are just going to start cutting. Okay, so I'm going to cut this into 4 parts because I'm using square shape pan. Okay, not my regular bread pan. Right, this one I just placed on the pan. Now I didn't show you guys because I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. One of those things we face as creators. So yeah, I'm still going to show you with the rest ones. So with the second one, now you just want to make it flat like this. Make it flat and then use your hand to like bring everything together and then put it at the middle. Okay, it's not as, it's so easy. Just put it at the middle like this, and when you are done, you're just going to round it together on the plain surface, or you can even use your hand to do it like this, just the way I'm doing it like this now. And finally, just put it on the plain surface and then round it together there. Just roll a ball. Okay, just roll a ball and you are good. All right, so after this, just add it to your pan, and when you add it to your pan, that is it. Okay. And so you want to repeat the same thing you did for this one. Now you want to repeat it to the rest ones. Okay, so you're going to get that shape, that perfect round shape. So just do it like that, and yeah, you're good to go. So you guys, after adding the last one, just know that the next thing for you to do is to cover this and allow it to rest for like 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, so that it's going to double in size. Keep it in a warm, dry place, and after that, just go ahead and prepare your pot you are going to use to bake. So I'm using this pot, and I'm just going to use this stone as wedge just so that it's going to elevate the pan while it's baking. So I'm going to eat that for like 5 to 10 minutes, then so that it's going to be hot before I add the pan to it with the bread. All right, so after that, I'm just going to go ahead to prepare my egg wash, because it's almost time now for us to bring out our bread. To make your egg wash, just do it like this. You need just 1 egg and then add 2 teaspoons of water. That is it. All right, so bring out your bread. At this point, it has doubled in size. You can see how it's looking so fine. It has doubled in size, and what is left is just for us to add the egg wash. So just add your egg wash, and as soon as you finish adding your egg wash, straight up add it to the pot and start baking immediately. Okay, by this time your pot is already hot, so just add it to it. After adding your egg wash, just use your brush to apply the egg wash on the surface of your bread like this, and yeah, this is going to make the bread to be shining. It's going to give it that brown look when it is done baking. So don't forget to do this. All right, after adding your bread to the pot, just cover and allow to bake for like 40 to 50 minutes on low heat. Okay, low heat, so that it does not get burnt. So you guys, the bread is almost ready. You can see how brown it looks. So I'm going to use my butter now to rub the surface, just to give it that shiny look and that fine feeling. Okay, so this is optional. If you like, you can do this. If you don't want, it's optional. Okay, you can see how beautiful this look after adding the butter to it. So yeah, after adding the butter, I'm just going to cover and then allow it to eat for just a little while, and then my bread is ready. Okay, see, my bread is ready. You can see how gorgeous this bread is looking. So gorgeous, so fine, and it's turned out well. Yeah, and yeah, we are good to go. We are ready to eat our bread. So if you like this video, or if you find it helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Lots of kisses. Bye for now. Mwah.